Hello and welcome to another game from King of Open Palms tourney. In this one we got a very important game. This is either round 2 or 3. I believe it's actually 3. But under this format is really the individual matchups like these between two of the best players, Voodoo and Zock, that are really going to matter. Both are playing with the UEF, so that should be really interesting. Voodoo going second air with 6 pigeons. That's really the standard Voodoo build. Question is going to be, is it going to be interceptor, bomber, or transport that he's going to make? Early on, Zock looks like he is going to the Hydra with his ACU, so quite different. Actually, look at how their equals will look like. This early engineer getting a whole bunch of reclaim. Really, so many rocks here. You can reclaim as much as you want manually. That does give you a slight improvement in terms of how much early mass you get. 2 engineers for Voodoo. Still no scouts or mech marines from either player. First 3 engineers. First 4 engineers for Voodoo. And to the Hydra. So it looks like Voodoo is going to get the Hydra close to when he finishes the air factory. He's going to have a really nice power. And this massive land spam now from Zock. He's got first, well, not first 2, but a couple of the early engineers. A couple more pigeons, actually 4 pigeons in a land factory. Zock would be power styling here. That's a very low power build. Looks like his ACU is going to get a mass extractor than the Hydra, but he squeezes that out. Now mech marines for Zock. 3 mech marines and a scout going to the top. He might run into ACU. Usually ACU goes into here, so he's going to find out if Voodoo's ACU went in the standard position. There's also an air factory here from Voodoo, and this is Zock. Very strange build, power styling pretty hard now. This could be a big mistake against Voodoo. Meanwhile, Voodoo, no power problems whatsoever, not making interceptors. Respect for Zock, not making first bomber, making first interceptor, but he's going to find out that Zock is only beginning to make air, and you can see here already the 3rd. Oh yeah, great mech marines, but run into a striker, good striker from Voodoo. This interceptor is going to get up top, and Voodoo no rating, but very well placed strikers on either side. And this is good stuff from Zock. Goes outside the radar coverage, comes back in, kills an engineer. That's going to be very important. Zock, meanwhile, still major power problems, but he's found that he did finish the Hydra, but so he's not really in bad shape. Zock will be alright, I think. Voodoo coming in, unprotected mask. Well, now he's got power problems once again. He's trying to get those interceptors. Is going to be very crucial, and looks like Voodoo, realizing Zock does not have too much air, gets a early transport. Meanwhile, this mech marine for Zock, very good. Killed off an engineer, not going down, is going to prevent quite a few mass extractors from being constructed by Voodoo. And Zock's ACU making it past the halfway point. Meanwhile, Voodoo's ACU staying put, so we're going to see ACUs meeting each other here on the bottom side. Zock turns back. He did just scout, so he realized the ACU was here. He's going to play it safe. In terms of map control, because Voodoo did not do too much raiding, these engineers able to grab quite a few mass extractors. Voodoo, meanwhile, grabbing the top ledge, and even though Zock had all those power problems, he still got air control, and that was because Voodoo invested so much in that transport. And yeah, absolutely, you have no problems for Zock, no raiding from Voodoo. And this was some crucial tanks here. Looks like they're going to deny this engineer from making that point defense. And this mech marine here with 2 kills, still alive. Voodoo might have some mass problems now. He has just enough, but he does not have as many mass extractors as Zock, and he's losing some pretty quickly. 17 mass extractors for Voodoo. You can see it's 21. It's a difference of +8 mass. Voodoo now is going to kill off these tanks. Pretty big battle up top. Looks like Voodoo has numbers and a point defense here from Zock. This is identical to what Lucian did in the previous game. Point defenses in the expansions. Point defenses in the expansions. Another Hydro for Zock. That should solve all of his power problems. Has no more power problems at all. And he has just counter dropped Voodoo here. Voodoo didn't build anything except mass extractors, and Zock is going to get factory. He's going to capture some mass extractors. So Zock really has significant map control at this point. Voodoo rolls through, but this point defense built just in time with 2 kills. Nobody on the top ledge yet. 3 engineers on the land factory spam, and 2 engineers on power spam for Zock. See 2 engineers on the power spam, and a massive air spam is planned for Voodoo. Yeah, I think he looks like he does have significantly less land factories. Oh, it's kind of close, but more mass for Zock overall. Zock not upgrading it. And a point defense taken out. And yet another drop now coming in from Zock. Looks like Zock should be able to defend, but he will lose a couple mass extractors in the process. Attacks at the same time from Voodoo. Voodoo also coming in with his ACU. He's going to send a couple tanks through, pull back. If he can get this tank all the way through to the back here, it would be very nice. Here looks like Zock able to defend. A little disorganized from Voodoo. Voodoo runs into a point defense. And Zock is going to get some veterancy here. He needs to start removing though. Don't want to stand against DEF. Oh, and this could be a huge mistake. There are some point defenses to retreat to. Zock does have some units. And in 9 minutes, this Zock is going to have to dance. He's about to get some veterancy. And that was just a couple seconds. Zock 26 kills. And the UEF artillery really brutal. And it looks like Zock will lose. Unless he can block off Voodoo. Voodoo not targeting Zock. And a 9-minute game, Voodoo I think really stole this one. Zock had map control, much more secure base, but really sort of left his ACU out. He had such good defensive positions. His ACU just wasn't by them. So a really nice 10-minute game between 2 of the best.